Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. My name is Natalie, and here we also have Simran and Sienna. We will be discussing the changed marketing campaign and our case study on this application. $1.6 trillion. Now take a quick second and try to guess what this huge number represents. Now, if you guess the total debt of the US government, then you are absolutely wrong. This massive number actually represents the total amount of student debt among Americans. This presentation will focus on what ChangEd can do to continue their mission of bringing that number down to zero. Our presentation consists of 3 objectives, a timeline to stay on track and complete these objectives, as well as budgeting costs. ChangEd is an application that helps students pay off their student loans while doing the bare minimum of saving their change and contributing it towards their debt. The app will round up purchases a student makes to the nearest dollar, and once there is $100 saved from the rounded up change, the money will be used to pay the loaner. The application comes at an affordable cost of $1 per month. The purpose of ChangEd is to essentially help reduce the long-term stress that comes with making student loan payments, as well as make things easier and convenient. The current target market are students that have graduated and are working between the ages of 24 to 40 and above, and those that maybe have other debts and responsibilities. The recommended target market we have in mind would be to expand to current students that are accumulating debts and that could be working part-time alongside school.
So now we're going to talk about our marketing recommendations for ChangEd. So here's what our team came up with to address objective number 1. So objective number 1 was to drive traffic and increase the overall downloads of the app. So how can ChangEd accomplish this? Our team suggests that the company create a promotional video to show at colleges and universities nationwide, primarily at orientations and other campus events. A member of the ChangEd team would travel to these campuses to show the video and answer questions from students. This strategy would target current college students who are taking out loans to pay for their education. And as we mentioned earlier, this is the group that ChangEd should be marketing to in order to encourage saving now. So by showing this video, which would highlight the purposes and the benefits of the app at orientations as these students are entering college and at campus events to target even older students, these students will be encouraged to download the app and begin to save up their money to pay off their loans in the present time and start the process early to avoid these loans in the future. So now I'll be going over our suggestions on how ChangEd can achieve objective number 2. So objective number 2 was to increase the overall awareness of the app nationwide. So our team decided that our video idea would actually help ChangEd to achieve not only the first objective, but this objective as well. So now I will highlight the specific details of the video and how it would help increase awareness of the app across the nation. First, our estimation of the length of our video would be 10 to 15 minutes, but the company can choose if they want the video to be even longer. Next, in terms of what the video would include and why these elements would help increase awareness, our team believes that the video should start with the shocking student debt stats that apply to the US to emphasize the massive amount of debt in our country and how this number keeps growing. This would lead students to become even more aware of how relevant student debt is to most Americans and help them realize that by taking out loans to pay for college, they'll be adding to that staggering student debt in the US. The next part of the video should be more personal and relatable and include interviews with people still struggling to pay off their student debt and their personal experiences, as well as ChangEd app users to talk about how the app has had a positive impact on their lives and help them get even closer to their goal of being student debt free. By hearing firsthand about how student debt can affect your life even after college and how change helps to eliminate that burden, students will be even more aware of this amazing resource for them to avoid the negative effects of student debt. Now I'm going to explain our team's recommendation for change to achieve the third and final objective. So, objective number 3 was to boost organic growth and drive new business. And there are multiple ways in which a company can achieve this goal. Our team suggests that Change should expand the content of their app to include scholarships and grants available to students directly on the app, which would be accessible with the monthly subscription fee. By doing so, Change would achieve growth in their app by offering more services to app users and serve multiple purposes, all focused on debt and finances. By including available scholarships and grants on their app, Changed would appeal even greater to current college students looking for ways to finance their education and those trying to avoid even more loans, thus driving new business. This way, Change would be encouraging their users to pay off their debt in a convenient way, as well as help them prevent debt in the future by showing them debt-free options all in one place.
Now we'll be talking about the budget and timeline of implementing and marketing suggestions for Changed. So here you can see the breakdown of costs for each of our marketing suggestions for Changed. Our given budget was $250,000, which we split up into the production cost of the promotional video, the travel expenses of visiting campuses, and the labor costs associated with expanding the content of the app. All of the specific costs are outlined in the table on the right, with a grand total of $149,450, which is nearly $100,000 lower than our budget. For our calculations, we used averages to compute the estimated costs. For example, for the transportation and lodging costs, we used the average flight and hotel costs in the United States for our calculations. Also, the cost of expanding the app could potentially be reduced to Changed partnered with an organization to provide the scholarship information. Finally, here you can see a timeline of when Changed would be implementing our marketing suggestions. The events relating to the video are in blue, and the events relating to the expansion of the app are in gold. As you can see, Changed would ideally begin working on the video in January, since it will take longer to produce and it would hopefully be completed in early June. This is when Changed could start traveling to campuses nationwide to promote the video. On the other hand, since most time and resources will be going towards the video, the app expansion would start later in the year, in early October, and based on our research, would likely only take a month to complete since the company already has the staff and resources it needs to complete this task. Thank you for your time and your consideration.